Hey, everybody, and welcome to Ask Dear Abby, a podcast where we uncover what ails our animal friends and offer some top-notch animal advice from our delightful doe, Abby.
Well, thank you for that introduction. And of course, this all isn't possible without you, Hopper, our faithful showrunner. I figured we'd get started with some fun animal fast facts before we dive into today's episode.
Sounds good to me.
Well, Hop, for one, did you know that cows born in different regions have accents?
That's utterly amazing.
Right? And another fact...
What a moveless fact!
Yes. Now, let's talk about...
How did you get to be so witty?
Yes, hey, let's steer this conversation away to another fact. Get it? Steer?
Maybe leave the puns to me, Abs.
You're probably right, Hop. Now, did you know that the whale shark can grow up to a length of 14 meters when fully developed?
14 meters? Is that like big?
Well, Hop, 14 meters is about the length of a semi-truck.
Whoa, that's a whale of a shark.
Yes, exactly. It's a whale of a shark. You know, Hop, I believe you can actually see some whale sharks at the Georgia Aquarium.
Well, I can't wait to see them.
Me too. Oh, wait. See. I get it.
Yeah, those are some great animal fast facts, Abby. Now, let's see what kind of fun things our animal friends are getting into this week. I saw a post on Facebook that Marty Mole outdug Gary Groundhog by digging a tunnel all the way to China. Can you say holy moly?
I sure can. I wonder if Marty will bring back any souvenirs.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is that our friend Eugene W. Eagle became the new mascot of the Eagleton Eagles in Florida.
Aw, you go, Eugene. He's been working so hard for that. He's definitely got team spirit.
Go Eagles, stay sharp and fly right. Well, Abs, I guess that does it for the neighborhood news. Oh, and look at that. We got a couple of callers who'd like to hear some helpful news on their daily blues.
Excellent. I love lending a helping hoof to those in need. So, who are we speaking to first?
Our first caller is an elephant named Ellie. She's having trouble playing jump rope with her friends at school.
Great. Hello, Ellie. If you've got a problem, just stop on by and I'll say hi at Ask Dear Abby. That's me.
Hello, Abby. Thank you for taking my call. I don't want to bother you, but I have a problem, and I was hoping maybe you could help.
Oh, Ellie, you aren't to bother at all. I am here for you, girl.
Aw, thank you. So, I have a problem with a few girls at my school. You see, they play solo jump rope at recess every afternoon, and I want to join them. The problem is, elephants can't jump, which is kind of an important part of playing jump rope.
Yes. I'm sorry to hear that you are troubled, Ellie. I can certainly understand how that would be a predicament. It's true that elephants indeed cannot jump. You see, the muscles in an elephant's legs aren't made for jumping. But did you know that elephants have strength in other places, like their trunks?
Oh, really? You don't say?
Yes. In fact, an elephant's trunk can lift up to 770 pounds. It also can act like an arm and hold various objects like branches, food, and even paintbrushes.
That sounds great. At all, but how does that help me play jump rope with my friends?
Ellie, have you ever tried playing jump rope as a group? You see, instead of jumping by yourself, it's possible instead to have two friends hold either end of the rope, while the third friend jumps in the middle. Ellie, what if you suggested to your friends that you play this way? What if you could hold the rope?
Oh, I see. You mean by using my trunk, because it's so strong.
Exactly, my friend. Your trunk is so strong that I bet you could use it to spin the rope.
And that'll be part of the group. Oh, thank you so much, Abby. I cannot wait to play jump rope with my friends tomorrow. Toodles!
That was some good advice, Abby. Let's jump on over to our next caller. It's a giraffe named Gerald who wants to be a singer for an after-school band, but he doesn't think he has the greatest singing voice.
Great. Hello, Gerald. If you've got a problem, just stop on by and I'll say hi at Ask Dear Abby. That's me.
Oh, hi, Abby. Thanks for taking my call. The reason why I'm calling is because auditions for a band at school are being held in a couple of days, and I want to try out to be the lead vocalist. But I'm not the best singer. What should I do?
Well, Gerald, I'm so glad that you reached out to us today. I know that giraffes make various types of sounds, such as snorts, hisses, and bellows, but I can't say that I've personally heard a giraffe sing before. Out of curiosity, why did you decide on wanting to be the lead vocalist?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm a big fan of hearing the beat and rhythm of the music.
I can totally understand that. I love music as well. It's interesting. Giraffes actually have very unique voice boxes. Your vocal cords might not necessarily be designed for singing, but that doesn't make your sounds any less beautiful.
See, Abby? That's not beautiful at all.
Well, Gerald, everyone has a different interpretation of beauty. I personally enjoy your giraffe sounds. You know, Gerald, there are many different and important positions of a band, and a lot of those positions actually make the beats and rhythms that you're talking about. Do you play or have you ever wanted to play an instrument?
I don't know if you'd call it playing an instrument, but sometimes when I'm eating twigs, I like to tap them on the trees.
Sounds to me like you would be perfect as the band's drummer. Being a drummer is the most important part of the band. It's their job to create the beat, but more importantly, to keep the beat going. Without the drummer, the whole song can fall apart.
Golly gee, I didn't realize drumming was such an important role. You really think I can do it?
Well, a drummer plays his or her instrument by hitting 2 sticks on a drum, kind of like when you hit the twigs on a tree. So I know you can do that because you do that so well already.
Oh, thanks, Abby. I guess I should go practice my drumming skills. Hey, Abby and Hopper, if I get in the band, do you guys want to come watch me jam out sometime?
Absolutely. You can count on us.
I'll even bring my rabbit's foot for good luck. Wow, Abby, it was so great getting to talk with both Ellie and Gerald. You know, they both had a similar predicament where they were feeling left out.
I'm so glad that we were able to give them ideas for other ways that they can get involved. But boys and girls at home, I also want to remind you all of something. If you see someone who is feeling left out because they can't physically do an activity that you can, look for other ways to spend time with them that can involve them. It can mean the world to someone when you take the time to actively include them in fun and games. And I promise that with a little effort, you can find activities and games that can include everyone, whether they can jump and sing or not.
Well said, Abs. You know, Gerald inspired me to break out the old ukulele. You sing a little, don't you, Abby?
I sure do.
Well, maybe we can have a mini jam session during the commercial break?
That sounds like a great idea, Hoppy. We'll be back in a flash after these messages.
The following testimonial is from an actual client, not an actor. Ginger Snap has been compensated for her time. Views and opinions expressed are her own.
Hi, I'm Ginger Snap. For the last 4 years, I've worked in the park. I'm a carriage horse. I've met a lot of interesting people, tourists mostly, and a lot of couples. It's been great. I love my job, but lately, I've been thinking about relocating. Maybe getting out of the city?
Sometimes we could all use a horse of a different color. When we do, professional animals turn to ZebraCruiter. Sign up for a free account and simply upload your resume to ZebraCruiter. Even if you're not thinking about making a change right away, ZebraCruiter can help show you what other opportunities are out there.
I uploaded my resume to ZebraCruiter, and within like 2 days, my inbox is full of offers. Today, I'm working at a riding academy out in the country. I'm so much happier. I love the personal touch, the one-on-one interaction with my clients. ZebraCruiter really changed my life. Thank you, ZebraCruiter.
Hey, Abby, you got some great pipes. Ever thought about being in a band?
You know, I'm actually in a singing group called the Do Re Mi's, but our equipment could definitely use an upgrade. Do you know of any places where we could get some new mics?
As a matter of fact, I do. It's called Guitar Center. They got all kinds of microphones, amps, and other gear that will ramp up any jam session.
That sounds exactly like what I'm looking for. Is that where you got your ukulele?
It sure is. They got tons of instruments for you to choose from, and you can even try them before you buy them. It's a musical paradise.
Well, I'll definitely check them out. Thanks, Hoppy.
You're welcome, Abs. And if you mention my name, they might even throw in that new Gautier CD. Guitar Center. the best music store in the animal kingdom. And we're back, and I hope y'all are still listening with those rabbit ears of yours. As some of you know, and for those of you who don't, this is the part of the show where we bring in some furry, flying, fantastic animal friends of ours to answer your animal inquiries.
Last week, we asked all of you at home to tweet us your questions about birds. Take it away, Hop.
This week's question comes to us from Zachary in Detroit, Michigan. He wants to know why some birds can fly and others can't.
Wow, Zachary, thank you for that great question. I think I'm going to need to defer to the experts for this one. So, without further ado, let's introduce our Avian Experts.
Yeah, they're a bunch of bird brains.
Hop, was that an insult?
Geez. No. Now, I see how that could sound insensitive. I just meant that all of our avian amigos are super smart.
You got that right, Hop. Let's meet them.
On line 1, all the way from the chilly shores of Antarctica, we've got Polly Penguin.
Why, hello there. Happy to be here.
And on line 2, all the way from the sunshine state of Florida, we've got Eugene the Bald Eagle.
God bless America and God bless Ask Dear Abby. Always a pleasure.
Oh, hey, Eugene. We were just talking about you. Congrats on becoming the mascot of the Eagleton Eagles. So, flying. I imagine something like that is a pretty difficult task to pull off.
You're telling me. I don't know how they do it. Us birds don't know what it's like to fly. We just fall with style.
Wait, Polly, are you telling me that penguins don't fly at all? Not even a little? But don't penguins have wings?
Yes, it's true that penguins appear to have wings, but actually these are flippers, and they're used for swimming. Penguins have dense, solid bones that help us dive in the water, while birds of flight have light, hollow bones that keep them on the air.
Hey there, Polly. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to ask a question as well. Is it true that scientific evidence shows that earlier penguins actually were able to fly?
That's correct, Eugene. Our earliest ancestors did supposedly take flight. However, over time, we penguins needed to evolve because of where we live. It became more important for penguins to be good swimmers rather than good flyers. Did you know that penguins, for the most part, live in extremely cold weather?
Yes, like in the Antarctic region, right?
You got that right. Penguins live almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere.
I believe I read something about penguins sunbathing in the Galapagos Islands. Is that true?
Wait, Hoppy, you read something? I'm so proud.
Yeah, I read books and things and...
Yes, Hopper, our happy-footed friends from the Galapagos Islands do in fact prefer warmer temperatures than other penguins, but they still love swimming.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, tell me, Polly, are penguins the only birds that do not fly?
Actually, there's a bunch of different species of flightless birds, and the most revered of them all is the ostrich.
Revered? Like, did they win a medal or something?
Not exactly, but they probably could win an Olympic medal in track because they're one of the fastest land animals in the world, with top speeds of 45 miles per hour.
Wow, that's really fast. So what you're saying is flightless birds like yourself and the revered ostrich make up for their lack of flight with other strengths and abilities.
Precisely. However, it would be nice to see the world from up high. I bet it's pretty breathtaking, huh, Eugene?
It's unlike anything in the world, Polly. I'm sure you know, as an accomplished swimmer, that learning to swim was a difficult task. It's equally difficult to learn to fly. When I was first learning, I would start to fall from the sky, but when I stretched my wings out as far as I could, I instead started to glide. Now that's my favorite way of flying, and it's more energy efficient.
Yeah, when I swim, I flap my flippers once or twice and glide through the water. It really helps me with zeroing in on my dinner.
I totally get what you mean. Us eagles have incredible vision and can narrow in on our dinner from up to 5 kilometers away. Which, speaking of kilometers, did you know that us eagles fly higher than any other bird? But still, we remain focused no matter what.
So is that where the term eagle-eye comes from?
Hopper, I'm a modest eagle. But yes,
Speaking of other high flyers, what can you tell me about the rest of your bird brigade?
one type of bird that I think you, Polly, would be interested in is the pelican.
Oh, really? What makes you say that, Eugene?
Well, Polly, you rely on your diving and swimming techniques to catch your dinner. Pelicans have webbed feet that are used for swimming and diving because they mainly eat fish.
You don't say so.
Pelicans are kind of like eagles in some ways, too. Like me, pelicans will spot their meal from the sky and accelerate toward it with great accuracy.
Sounds like they can accomplish anything.
Exactly. Wait, was that a joke? I don't get it.
It's okay, Eugene. I usually don't get it either.
Polly, what is that song you're humming?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think anyone was paying attention to that. It's just a song my mother used to hum to me. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just your humming reminded me of another fascinating bird, buddy.
Is that a lock?
Is it a mockingbird?
Those are both good guesses, but wrong. I was actually thinking about the hummingbird.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Mr. Bunny. Always. Oh, anyway, as I was saying, hummingbirds are incredible creatures. They may be little. In fact, they can be as small as 2 inches, but they are without a doubt mighty in flight. They too like to dive during flight and can reach up to 60 miles per hour in a dive. However, my favorite thing about hummingbirds is that when they are flying, they almost look like they're not flying.
How can you fly and look like you're not flying?
A hummingbird's wings can beat between 50 and 200 flaps per second. Can you at home imagine counting to 200 in 1 second?
One? Nope, can't do it.
And that's why I say that sometimes they don't appear to be flying, even when they are. Their wings are going so fast that you can hardly see them.
Well, it's been wonderful to speak with you both and get a bird's eye view into the life of a few of our feathered friends.
Thanks for having me, Abby. Gotta go swim.
Time to take to the skies! Eugene out.
For next week's episode of Ask Dear Abby, tweet us your questions about lions at Ask Dear Abby.
Well, that concludes another episode of Ask Dear Abby. But before we go, Abby would like to give you, the listeners, a few words of wisdom. Take it away, Abby.
Thanks, Hoppy. We sure did learn an awful lot today. In the spirit of our new friends, Ellie, Gerald, Polly, and Eugene, let me leave you all with this. There are several challenges in life that you may be faced with. You might think to yourself, how am I ever going to jump over these hurdles? The best advice I can give to that question is to look at every problem from a different angle, and eventually, finding a positive outcome may be a lot easier than you realize. When faced with challenges, it can seem easy to back down from them and run. I would encourage you instead to face your challenges, give it your all, and most importantly, play to the beat of your own drum, because that's the kind of music that matters. Lastly, it's okay to focus on your weaknesses, but it's even more important to focus on your strengths. Just because you can't do something doesn't mean that you can't do anything. We all have lots of talents that make us special and unique. Celebrate those and celebrate other people's or animals' talents because they matter too. Thanks again for listening, and as always, if you've got a problem, just stop on by and I'll say hi at Ask Dear Abby. Bye-bye now.